Hey guys, it's CrazyKnightHero. For those new to my channel, welcome to the kingdom. Today I'm going to do a weapon review on the Diluvian 10/4X heavy machine gun. Now right off the bat we can tell that this thing is one of a kind because it is the only heavy machine gun that is in year 2 that has 100 rate of fire. Which is a little annoying, but it makes this thing a lot more special, and it is really fun to use because it just sprays bullets everywhere. So yeah, it's pretty fun to use. And continuing with the stats, we have 25 impact, so that's how this archetype goes. And then the range is only at 10, so that's pretty bad. You kind of have to be up close to what you're shooting, but it honestly could be worse. And then we have about 30 stability. And the mag size is 73, and our reload is pretty slow at 37, but that's pretty much with all LMGs, so yeah, nothing too crazy. And two last stats to finish this up. It has 70 aim assist and 59 equip speed, so it's not the slowest thing to bring up, but it's not the fastest either. So it's not too bad on that front. Now with this archetype of LMG, you really need to work on with the perks and the role that you want. You really kind of want to work on the strengths or definitely the weaknesses on it. This thing has a little bit of trouble remaining stable just because it shoots so fast. So I'd look for something like hipfire or probably persistence. So your stability will go up the longer you fire, and because you'll be sitting here firing this thing for quite a long time because it does have a really big mag, so that is a really useful perk. And another perk I would probably go for is crowd control, just to increase your DPS, and I would go for something to help your reload, so you can just keep pumping out rounds to damage your enemies. So probably a perk like Feeding Frenzy. And just a little thing you have to watch out for with LMGs that shoot this fast is accidentally holding the trigger for too long after you've already killed your enemy, thus wasting ammo. Because it shoots so fast, you can be like, oh, held the trigger too long there, and then you could probably waste like up to 10 bullets. So just something you gotta be aware of, and don't let go of the trigger too soon, because obviously they'll still be alive, so you gotta get that timing down right. Now to understand this gun better, we need to compare it to a slower LMG so we know the damage differences and just kind of get a better general feel for this weapon. Now something straight up this gun is not good for is boss DPS. Compared to a slower LMG, in this clip here I'm the same light level, just using two different LMGs here. And if you take a look at the boss's health, it's a pretty big difference here. Now with the Diluvian, we dump a whole mag of 74 rounds into his face, and once our whole mag is gone, his health pretty much ends right square at the end of the K in Draxus right there. So pretty much right at the end of K. Now in this clip we're using the Ruin Wake machine gun, and it is a slower LMG with 66 rate of fire and 53 impact. We dump the entire mag into his face, and we end up pretty much mid-R in Draxus, so that's pretty much the length of 2 whole letters. So of course we know and now understand that slower LMGs are better at boss damage. And that was only 31 bullets from the Ruin Wake, and the Diluvian pumped out like 74. So yeah, pretty intense. Now if we compare these two archetypes a little bit farther by doing some math to figure out the long-term DPS with the ammo in the magazine and their reserve ammo, this is what we get. Now these are the damages you would get in a perfect world, assuming you hit every single round in your mag and your reserves, and if they were headshots. So that's pretty impossible, but anyways, here we go. The Diluvian's max capacity ammo is 209 rounds, and those rounds deal 74 damage to the face, which means 209 times 74 is 15,466 damage. Okay, so with the Ruin Wings, wait, no, those are gauntlets, what am I saying? With the Ruin Wake machine gun, its max capacity with ammo is 87, and its headshot damage is 193. So 87 times 193 is 6,791, so that's like 1,100 something more damage. So interesting. So we can tell that it falters a little bit damage wise, and it feels just a little bit like this. and because it's a fast-firing machine gun, we're naturally gonna miss more rounds than the other one, so the damage gets hurt even more with that. So it's pretty lacking in the damage department, but it's still really fun to use, so still worth your marks in my opinion, just because this is like the only fast-firing LMG nowadays. But we'll end on a good note. Even though I may not be good at boss DPS or maybe some strong majors, but it is better at crowd control, and let me show you how. I set up a little shooting course for the Diluvian and the Ruin Wake to compete against each other and to see how many kills you could get with the max capacity of the mag and how fast they could do it and such. Now, the Diluvian went through the course and completed it in 1 minute and 14 seconds with 23 kills, and one of them was a Vex Minotaur. The Ruin Wake went through the course at 1 minute and 6 seconds, so yes, it is faster, but with only 21 kills, and he didn't end up facing a Minotaur. For whatever reason, he didn't spawn, so he killed less enemies. One enemy was weaker, and he did a little bit faster, but oh well. But this got me thinking, it probably was only faster for the Ruin Wake because he got less kills, and for the Diluvian, I obviously missed more rounds with that than the Ruin Wake, so if I had gotten better and really practiced with it, I could really save more damage for more enemies by not missing. And the Ruin Wake had like a god roll on it, like it had crowd control and spray in place, so when my mag was empty I could reload really fast. If I had something similar to that on the Diluvian, it would just be a lot better in my opinion. And so yeah, that's where it shines, definitely crowd control and PvE. And just real quick, talking about this gun in the Crucible, just no. It does not work well. You miss a lot, obviously the range is bad, and you just get outgunned by a lot of LMGs and such, and if there's like bazookas or truce flying and stuff, it's just not pretty. Anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I do think these fast rate of fire LMGs need just a slight buff, maybe a tiny bit to their range, and maybe just a tad to their stability as well. And I would actually, the main thing I would do is just make their reserve ammo a little bit denser, like maybe 250 rounds total. I don't know, they're still fun to use, and like we've discovered, good for crowd control. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This has been CrazyKnightHero, and I'm out. Have a great day.